I want you to know.
Hello? Okay. So, somebody asked me to stop posting some pictures. Let's just see what I said to that. Stop showing the sky. Okay, well, this is what I said. LOL. I am showing more than just the sky. And if you can't see the value and worth of what brings me enjoyment, then I guess you know what to do. Maybe one day the pictures of today will be the only pictures that can have the sky and like the way they are. If people have to start living glass bubbles, overall, what the difference when it comes to just posting words or the idea of happiness to that of the theories of success? When it comes down to it, what makes looking at the sky something that is more enjoyable to not? And simply, thank you for your thoughts, and yet this is the way that I see the magic in the world, and you can be a part of that or not a part, as long as you want, for I am living this life and enjoying what I enjoy. There's a lot of truth to that. What if one day people live in bubbles because there's so much pollution or something like that? That is a possibility. Hopefully that never happens, because this world is very beautiful and it should be shared and valued, and humans should take up the role more of being like the groundskeepers, or what it is, to maintain this world, considering we placed ourselves at the top and all that kind of stuff. Now, what is the difference, though, of posting words and sayings, poems, quotes, and even inspirational things that move us, to that of posting successful things, paper, money, cars, pool, big house, upon that of what's the difference? What is the difference between that? Of, like, what are the categories that you can post something in? When you sum it up in a general thing, there's religion, politics, art. So art's very vague. So, like, nature, animals, your thoughts, your beliefs, what you enjoy, which I say that in what makes you sad, because, well, why do it if you're not going to enjoy something out of it? Maybe there's something else in there, fashion. Yet, there's not really a difference. And I'm not going to stand for not posting the pictures of the sky when somebody asks me not to post it. What's the chances of that person liking nature and having that on their favorites and seeing that? What's the chances of that perspective being seen from anybody else? My perspective that I'm portraying. There's a point where I portray seeing the magic in the world and all that fun stuff. And at the same time, what if I didn't post that one picture of the sky? That one picture that actually makes a difference, that actually heightens and is what somebody craves. and it changes their whole life. It alters their whole life because they didn't see this image. Now, because they've seen this image, they cured cancer. They went to the moon and to Mars. They made it possible for time travel to go back in time. There's so many possibilities that me not posting this picture because of whatever reason, because I didn't take a picture, so I can't post the picture, to that of somebody telling me that at that moment in time that they don't want to see those pictures anymore. That has little relevance to what is actually life, the expression of life, the ongoing birth of the end being continued and called the beginning. What is the difference? There's no difference except for words. It's kind of like, what's the right way and the wrong way to do something? Well, let's put it more into a perspective of what's the right way and the wrong way to stand up for your rights. Coming this 4th of July, I shall dance at Apache Junction fireworks. I shall dance. Yes, there's a lot going on. I've also heard that FBI is going to be at every firework thing just to make sure that whoever it is isn't going to do something. Now, I'm going to stand up for my right to dance. Not because I love Footloose, because there's a point where there's no wrong or right way to celebrate the fact that I have this freedom to dance, to want to dance, to celebrate and glorify in my own way of thinking. Those people of today, those people of yesterday, those people of years ago, the founding fathers, for doing what they have done. Soldiers go out and fight, yet they only fight because they're told to. They're not the ones to be blamed for anything, in a sense, except for, why did you let your morals and values be underswept because you wanted to go to college and have money, when money is only good for as a tool to get you food and a place to stay? Everything else is a bonus because of money. The only reason we pay somebody is so that they can get food and have a place to stay. That's the only reason. On top of it's the hyped up, evolved version of bartering. Because you don't have to go to 50 people to get 5 things. Now you can go to 5 people to get 50 things. It's just still... Are you kidding me? That you shouldn't post the pictures of the sky anymore? How is that creative? Or how is that criticism that grows and helps out? Now, I am not choosing to... When I post this picture through the hashtag of Cragness, Kranizz, Cragness, I'm gonna make sure that I don't post their name because of their moment of wanting to see something different. So instead of them just changing from their Instagram account to something else, they had to word things to me. I'm taking this as a symbolic meaning of staying strong in my belief that I love what I do. Yes, it's true that I would more than love to be able to do what I do for the earth on top of what I do to make money, because there is a difference. I would love for them to be combined. I would love for me to be placed into a position where people listen to me, where it's like a philosopher position in somewhat retrospect, where I get heard and listened, and then my ideas actually instantly change things. To say instantly, as in that of, because my ideas do change things. It just might be more subtle. It might be more, you gotta be in the right time, the right moment. Yet, it would be nice to have my ideas heard. Because why don't we start hiring people inside the U.S., build the infrastructures, and create their opportunities, and then those that have the abilities can come here. It's like the opposite of war. Considering in war, the U.S. has definitely used this strategy all the time, where you go to their country, blow up their land, and then come back home. So, I'm just saying, just something I just really thought about right now. It's still very true. That's really what happens. And I apologize. I'm sorry for all those that have to go through that. On the behalf of America, that thinks war is okay. On the behalf that, it's not that they necessarily think that war is okay, it's just that they feel that's the only option. So, I think it would be great to live in a society where you wake up whenever you want to, stay in your natural clock. Go out and learn a skill. So today you're going to go and learn how to grill. So you actually learn how to cook for yourself, because you're cooking for somebody else. Maybe because you don't want the responsibility of killing them. You have a robot or an overseer. It might be a robot, sometimes it might be an overseer. So another human being overseeing you, saying, yeah, you cooked that right. Now what if that human being doesn't want to show up that day because they want to learn another lesson? Well, you still have the ability to know that it's okay. So there's that robot, which that robot would only do one thing, not be able to do a million things. Just saying, why do we need to go to Terminator mode when really we just needed it to tell us this one thing? Yeah, that's something to do with something, like the army or something. I don't know. Then, all the world's experts, what is an expert from this understanding? Anybody that has experience in it. So, everybody that has experience in it has a say. It gets heard. It gets discussed. It gets conversated about. It never gets talked about. Why? Because when you talk to somebody, you're just making sure that you put your point across. You're not actually hearing them. You're not actually listening. You're not actually taking into consideration of seeing what their perspective is. So when you discuss and conversate, in talking, conversation, and discussion, you actually have more of an opportunity to see what their value is and everything like that. Because in any other species, you would take up and make sure, unless they fought the big boss, you would make sure that they're taken care of. In a human species, because we have all these distractions, it's different. It's, if you don't go with the mainstream, then you will die. It's just, what do you believe in? What do you want? What's your version of the world that you want? How do you take steps towards that? How do you develop those steps? How do you go further and forth into those steps? That's the question. How do you do that? Ask me. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a discussion. Let's use this technological age to do something amazing.